What's going on, Alabama fans? This is Brandon, aka Fresh. Ooh, I had to jump on this one, y'all. I had to jump on this one. Okay. First of all, y'all know what to do. Y'all know the rules. Hit the like button, smash the like button, share this with your favorite Alabama fan. Run the numbers up, run the likes up. Let's go, guys. Okay. So let me start off. I know y'all see the title. Y'all, if y'all haven't heard what the uproar is here lately, I'm gonna go ahead and share this. We're gonna share the audio of what Paul Finebaum said about Nick Saban and him not making the CFP, the college football playoffs this year, what that would do to his legacy. I'm gonna tell y'all my thoughts. Go ahead and let's run this audio real quick.
If he is in the same league as somebody who has now, at the end of the season, won 3, then that's a big hit on his legacy. And I think you also have to question Saban for what happened last year. He had the best team in the country going in. They were nearly unanimous, and with that, he still couldn't get it done.
All right, so you heard the audio. You heard what Paul Finebaum had to say in regards to Nick Saban, the job that he felt he should have did last year. Number one, heading into the season, got Bryce Young coming off of a Heisman season, Will Anderson, who was consensus top defensive player going into the season, couldn't get it done, wet the bed against Tennessee, dropped the ball against LSU, just did not complete the season that everybody felt, especially coming off of 2021, where you can make the argument that Alabama overachieved with having a brand new quarterback, new offensive coordinator, all the above, and also having injuries that, could have had a major impact in whether Alabama would have won a national championship, a back-to-back national championship. We digress though. However, and I say this with all due respect, because Paul Finebaum has had Stephen M. Smith on his show on multiple occasions. He just had him on, I believe, about a week ago. And he's been saying some really good things about us the past few times. So much love and much appreciation to Finebaum. But my Lord, what in the world was he thinking when this came out of his mouth? Now, I'm not going to dispute what he had to say about, like I just mentioned, Nick Saban, not closing the deal, not meeting expectations, because all of that is absolutely true. I've said the same things. You're allowing 50 plus points, 40 points plus on multiple occasions, giving up all types of yards on defense. Your offense is in shambles, or not really in shambles. That might not be the best word, but your offense doesn't have the same culture that it did when you have Bill O'Brien, who wants to pass the ball 50 times a game, not want to run the ball inside the goal line, just things that, we're not accustomed to from a media perspective, and also for fans who follow Alabama, just not used to what has been allowed to infiltrate the Alabama football program. All of that falls under Nick Saban, and he, I guess, enough was enough. He let Pete Golden walk out the door. Just, hey, please leave. You're more than welcome to go. And allow Bill O'Brien to head back to the NFL unimpeded. And Nick Saban, if he's not fighting for you, then you already know what the writing's on the wall. So all of that is understood. But to say and to make this claim, so Nick Saban has, let's count these. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. I sound like LeBron James. Not 6, not 8. That's a little inside joke. But 7 national championships, 10 SEC championships total. And somehow, some way, because he didn't if he doesn't make the SEC, or I'm sorry, the college football playoff, that somehow diminishes, or it takes a hit on his legacy. Now, I'll give you, does it look great for him? No, it may not look great, but when he retires and he decides to hang it up, even if he goes 8-5 for the next 3 or 4 years, I mean, when you look at the totality of what this man has done and what he's brought to college football and what he's brought to Alabama, he brought back the standard. For those who don't remember, from after Gene Stallings left, Alabama was nothing. Do I need to remind anybody of the Mike DuBose era? Do I need to remind anybody of the Dennis Franchione era? Do I need to remind anybody of the very quick and very non-existent Mike Price era, the Mike Shula era? Do I need to remind y'all about that? Does Paul Finebaum need a reminder of what transpired before Nick Saban decided to leave Miami and head to Tuscaloosa? Do I need to go into full detail on that? I don't think I do. Because what I do know, what did not happen, there was no SEC championship for Alabama in between those years. Well, I'm sorry. You had one in 1999 under Mike DuBose. But yeah, let me remind you, what happened the next year? I'm sorry. Did they go 3-8? Yeah, is that what happened? And then he got booted out the door. So yeah, one SEC championship, 0 national championships in that time frame. Okay, so that's what you had before Nick Saban even arrived. Shamble of a program. Nobody really wanted this job. I said this before in a previous video. Yes, Alabama is Alabama, but who really in their right mind would have taken the job when it really wasn't appealing? On probation, you know, Nick Saban comes in and says, you know what? I know what I can do. I can resurrect this program. I know how to win at the college level. Takes a few lumps in 2007, comes right back 2008, you know, goes undefeated in the regular season, but you know, Florida was just on another level that year, you know, but you make it to the SEC championship, you come back the next year and you go undefeated. You run the table, win the SEC championship, bring the title back to Tuscaloosa. That's what Nick Saban did. Oh, and let me remind you, he did it again in 2011, in 2012, in 2015, 17, 2020, won the SEC championship in 2021. Didn't have the greatest of seasons for Alabama and Nick Saban standards in 2022 with, you know, even some of the wins were kind of ugly. You know, your losses definitely weren't that great. Was not up to the standard. So I'll give you that. But to say that takes a hit on Nick Saban's legacy, that's as big of a swing and miss as I can ever think of. And Paul Finebaum, I have a lot of respect for him. I know he gets a lot of flack, but I like the fact that he tells it like it is. I like the fact that he's not afraid to call Nick Saban or any other coach to the carpet and just say, hey, you know, you're supposed to be this, but y'all not doing that. You know, I can appreciate that. I mean, as y'all can see, you know, I'm pretty, you know, opinionated. I don't have a problem stating how I feel, but at the same time, it's like, okay, come on now. Let's be real. Shout out to Kirby Smart, Nick Saban disciple. He is doing his thing down in Florida, in Georgia. He's doing a really good job. I mean, he is a chip off the old block when it comes to how to build a program and to, you know, invoke culture into that program. And I feel like Nick Saban has lost a little bit of that. And if y'all haven't subscribed, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this right now. If you're not subscribed now, you need to subscribe because I got something that I've been withholding. All right, I'm gonna drop it at the right time. 1,000 likes, I'm definitely gonna do it, but I need to get these subscribers up a little bit. Also, we need to pass this collection plate around a little bit. I need some super chats or something. Just drop some in the collection plate because I got some heat as it pertains to that subject that I'm talking about from a source. From a former player under the national championship team, 2020 national championship team, had some stuff that he had to say and get off his chest. You're going to want to hear that video, but I'm not dropping that until I get at least 1,000 likes on this video. Subscribers got to go up a little bit, and I need a few super chats. Y'all need to drop something in the plate. But back to the video. So I had to disagree with Paul Finebaum on this one, guys. You know, like I said, a lot of respect for him. But to throw that out there and to make that claim, you know, maybe he sleeps on it. Maybe he comes back to soon and says, hey, you know, I don't know. I thought about that one. I might have, you know, Freudian slip or something like that. I don't know. But Nick Saban's legacy is what it is. The only thing that tarnishes Nick Saban's legacy is if he does something improper. You know, we find out there's some improper going on. He has some sort of unfortunate scandal, that's the only thing that's going to knock him. What he's done on the field, what he's done at Alabama, LSU, Michigan State, everywhere that he's gone, he has changed the program and he has built a standard. And especially as it pertains to the University of Alabama, he took what Bear Bryant did and he has elevated it to new heights. Winning was always the standard at Alabama. Now it's winning, and it has actually infected the other programs. Think about that. That is Nick Saban's legacy. His legacy has infected the basketball team, the baseball team. Gymnastics was always, popping, but everything else, when you start talking about Alabama, you start saying, oh, this is a championship school, a winning school. All of our athletic programs are big time. And that stems from what Nick Saban has brought to the University of Alabama 2007 to present. So let that marinate, let that sink in, and whatever you might think of Nick Saban, whether you like him or not, what you cannot do, and what I won't even allow happen, just as someone who covers and speaks about it, I'm not going to let anybody just come and just say something that doesn't really have much basis to it. Now, if Alabama went, 2-10 last season and they just looked like they had absolutely no discipline whatsoever, which you can argue at times they did lack it. But, you lose 2 games on the last second and, you underachieve, but that's the biggest blemish. Come on now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, I think what we talked about in a previous video with Rohan Davey, all of these things are deposits for Nick Saban, to where he is highly motivated, highly pissed off, like Rohan Davey said, former LSU quarterback. And we're going to see what Nick Saban does. You don't think he's heard all this? You don't think that he's taking this and it's bulletin board material for him? It's like, okay, y'all think I'm done? What's that song by Meek Mill? Dreams and Nightmares. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Okay, all right, we about to see. We're about to find out. And we're going to find out here very soon. Nick Saban will be taking the podium this week at SEC Media Days Wednesday. Touchdown Alabama will be in the building. Shout out to Stephen M. Smith. Hopefully he gets a question in. He's been a SEC Media Day star. But, hey, I told y'all, I've been saying this in my last few videos. Watch fall camp, guys. Nick Saban's coming out with a lot of heat. Expect some fireworks. Whew. All right, I had to get that out of my chest, guys. All right, well, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do that. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit that, smash it. Share this video with your favorite Alabama fan. Make sure you like us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all of the above. Make sure you get a subscription to touchdownalabama.com. Make sure you support as many ways that you can. We love it. We appreciate it. We are growing as we are trying to do what we can, guys, to continue to give y'all the best Alabama football information, news, and notes. Please, your support helps us continue to do so. So we definitely appreciate that. I definitely appreciate the love and support as well. I love making these videos. I love reading the comments. Keep them going. Like I said, I don't mind it at all. Like it or don't. Hey, doesn't hurt me one bit as long as you comment. But that's all I really got for y'all. If you agree or disagree, again, drop a comment. But this is Brandon, aka Fresh, signing off.